Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. Sri Lanka's Prime Minister has been sworn in as acting president as the country reels from an economic crisis and unrest. Ranil Wickremesinghe takes office after unprecedented mass protests which saw demonstrators overrun the presidential palace. He will act as the interim president and is also the first choice of the ruling party to take over full-time, although no decision has been taken. Sri Lanka's parliamentary speaker accepted President Gotabaya Rajapaksa's resignation after he fled to Singapore. Protesters defied a curfew to celebrate his resignation during the night. The process of Parliament electing a new president will begin on Saturday, with MPs likely to take a vote in a week's time. A heatwave spreading across Europe is fueling wildfires in Portugal, France and Spain. Around 3,500 firefighters in Portugal are battling dozens of blazes as temperatures break records in various parts of the country. In Turkey, more than 3,000 people have been evacuated because of a wildfire in the southwestern Datka Peninsula. Meanwhile, Spain's western wildfires in Salamanca have intensified after weather conditions hampered firefighting efforts overnight, leaving more than 4,000 hectares of land burned and hundreds of evacuees. A landslide has hit a rural school in Tapato in Colombia, killing 3 children and forcing a dozen more to narrowly escape. At the time, the landslide hit 22 children, a teacher and a mother at a school located in the town of Andes. 17 children and 1 adult managed to get away. 2 more children and the teacher were treated for injuries. Civilians from the surrounding areas, as well as police officers and soldiers, scrambled to rescue the children buried under the mud. Ghanaian Vice President Mahamudu Bawumia has warned of tough times ahead as the country seeks an IMF bailout amid a spiking inflation that hit 29.8% in June. An IMF staff mission concluded a visit to the country on Wednesday to assess the country's economic situation and discuss the aid package. The government has blamed external factors, including the war in Ukraine, for its woes. Britain's Met Office weather forecaster has declared a national emergency, issuing a red extreme heat warning for parts of England for Monday and Tuesday next week. It says temperatures could reach record highs. The highest temperature recorded in Britain was 38.7 degrees Celsius, recorded in Cambridge University in July 2019. Earlier this week, the UK Health Security Agency body and the Met Office issued a Level 3 heat health alert for some parts of the country, which requires social and healthcare services to take extra measures to protect the vulnerable. And finally, a rare collection of vintage cars will hit the auction block in California this August. The collection belonged to the late industrialist Oscar Davis. Sotheby's says it's one of the most valuable single-owner car collections ever assembled. The primary focus of the collection centres around the great Italian marques, with examples of Ferrari and Maserati featured. 5 highlights from the collection, together estimated in excess of $40 million, are currently on display at Sotheby's in New York.
The Oscar Davis collection is widely known as one of the most prestigious and exclusive car collections to be held anywhere globally. The majority of the collection is going to be sold at our Monterey auction this August in Monterey, California. So the auction as a whole has the ability to set a new world record. We have the cars, the possibility to crack $200 million in revenue. These 5 cars alone will have a value somewhere close to $50 million, so significant value in these really special cars here.
And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.